Twelfth Man, brought to you by Coca-Cola, sharing in the real magic of football.
All right, welcome one and all. This is the 12th Man here on TTT. And tonight we're going to be talking a lot of football, whether it be in Spain, whether it be in Italy, whether it be in England, obviously. But as usual, let's go to the thoughts. All right, next week, of course, the Champions League semi-finals and the European League semi-finals take place, but there's so much else going on in terms of the competition. Over in England, Liverpool only need a draw on Sunday to claim their 20th title and join Manchester United with the most English League titles. So that will happen on Sunday when they host Tottenham Hotspur. Elsewhere, over in Spain, Barcelona still lead Real Madrid by 4 points. However, the two teams meet in the Copa del Rey finals on Saturday. So our Clásico finals, Barcelona are the overwhelming favorites given the bad run of form of Real Madrid recently. Elsewhere, over in Italy, though, it's really getting close now because both Napoli and Inter Milan have the same number of points with 5 matches left. And the way their division works is once they finish level on points, it doesn't matter that Inter Milan has a better goal difference than Napoli. They'll have a one-off playoff match to decide who wins. It happened once before, I understand, more than 25 years ago. So if these two teams finish with the same number of points, Napoli and Inter Milan will host because they have a better goal difference, a one-off final. So let's see what happens there in terms of that. That's going to be really interesting. Over in Germany, Harry Kane is about to win his first title. His team, Bayern Munich, are 8 points clear of Bayern Leverkusen. No miracle needed. And Paris Saint-Germain, well, they're about 14, 15 points clear in France. So that is already signed, sealed, and delivered. We're going to take a short break. And when we come back, as I promised you, Spain and England, all parts of England, and Manchester, London, England, you name a club in England, we're going there. When we come back, we'll be back.
Diamonds are forever, and so are true sports fans. Here in Trinidad and Tobago, the women do it the best. And if there's one man we know we could trust, it's the 12th man, Andre Errol. Catch him every Thursday on TTT's #1 sports show. And guess what? It's the 5th season, guys. The 5th season, so tune in. It's pure vibes, energy, attention to detail, and you don't want to miss it. My name is Kai Selva, and I'm your former 3-time Olympian, and I'm encouraging you all to tune in every Tuesday. You don't want to miss it. Trust me.
All right, welcome back. As we promised you, we're going to Spain and we're going to England, all parts. We're going to start with Spain because we have one of the happiest men here, Barcelona, another Barcelona person. The one thing about the Barcelona fans, they're willing to come because their team is doing extremely well. Real Madrid has gone into hiding. Some of the Real Madrid men I know are playing computer games right now, all right? Call of Duty, you name the games they're playing, they stop watching football. But nothing wrong with that, there's always next year, all right, for Real Madrid. All right. But we've been joined by Christian Patterson, who supports Barcelona. He's been a long-time supporter of Barcelona. He wants them to rise back up since of course, the loss of Lionel Messi cannot be replaced. But he joins us. Christian, this season, is this going to be the season you feel where Barcelona are going to rise above Lionel Messi? People can finally forget Lionel Messi?
Well, Andre, thanks for having me again. Sure. Honestly, yes, it is, because since 2021, Barcelona has been going through a lot of financial problems, but now we have finally gained back our traction. We're now facing the one-to-one financial rule, and now we could finally afford players without being in like a deficit or any kind of, let's just say like any kind of problems. Now we have a new coach, Hansi Flick, and he coached Bayern Munich back in 2020. That's when we got the 8-2 loss. Furthermore from that, all I could really say is that Barcelona has now gotten from basically the slums, and they've now moved forward in terms of having a new coach, having the young players, the new formation, because for a long time, Spain in Barcelona has used the 4-3-3 formation, but now they're finally using the 4-2-3-1, and that hasn't been used since Koeman, since 2021, and they saw, it wasn't much of a success. But Hansi Flick, he giving them players all kind of German food for like their stamina, their tactics. They started to think differently, they started
I like how you research
yeah.
it, you know.
But like,
I like how you research that.
yeah, no, honestly.
Why is it German food? Because men in Trinidad and Tobago soccer warriors need it. So why is it German food?
But I
Tell
can't
us.
say, honestly,
You want the soccer warriors need
okay.
that? Dwight York need that?
Honestly, I can't say, but I know for sure Hansi Flick is a genius because he's actually making Barcelona have the mindset that they're going to win the treble. And we have the Copa del Rey final against Real Madrid.
You ain't worried about Real Madrid?
I have a lot of respect for Real Madrid, but I'd rather they continue to lose. but
Well said.
Yeah.
All right, we've been joined by a man, most of you know him, super hype, but he says he supports all things English.
Yeah.
Is it, we're talking about football, right?
Football. Well,
All right, I want to be sure.
across the
because
board,
when you say he like all things English Wayne Cunningham, I was wondering, because I saw him earlier. Anyway, I don't want to go into what he was engaging with earlier. Yeah, it wasn't white muffins. So, but
Hey.
all right, nevertheless,
Hey.
welcome, sir. And why all, you don't like one, you don't like one thing, you have to have more
all
than
right,
one?
so I need to give you a little backstory. Chelsea fan.
Okay.
From day one, Chelsea fan. But then, watching football and I start to realize, well, wait now, I like other players and other teams too as well. I might like the team, but I like the players. And I want to watch the game. So I sit down and I'm watching the games. I was like, well, wait now. This team have our vibes too. Then I decide, why not just enjoy English football? So I'm a English Premier fan. Yeah?
And that all arose since Chelsea had to lose. I don't want to be sure when it arose. It arose since Chelsea had to lose. No, because the last time I talked to you,
but
I
back
know
in
you
the
were
day.
a Chelsea man.
Yeah.
That's what I hear 2 years ago. All of a sudden, you start to realize, hey, you see what? Let me
I
support
started
all
enjoying
things
the English football. I
English.
enjoy the football. A lot of new faces, a lot of young faces too as well. The dynamics in the games and all. So I enjoy the football. Overall.
Do you get a chance, Super, to watch any of the football in Spain or
Yeah, of course.
Italy? What do you think about that?
It's good, but I'm an English Premier fan. Yeah, I enjoy. I just have a question for my boy here.
Go ahead.
Because he mentioned Real Madrid, Barca. What do you think about Inter Milan though?
Well, we have to play Inter Milan next week,
Yeah.
for the semi-finals. Even though Lewandowski injured, they have one player who is going to step up to the plate. His name is Ferran Torres. Back in 2023,
Oh
every
my
time
gosh.
I heard Ferran Torres coming on, I realized, like, he used to give me a real anxiety. I'd be like, oh God, Ferran Torres coming on. But he was able to ignore all the, let's just say, the distractions. He was able to ignore all the noise, everything from all the other fan base, everything, and he was just able to put in the work, show his consistency. He had his discipline, and right now, anytime he comes on for Barcelona in 2025, especially this season, he's scoring more goals, and also he's more elite when in terms of the assists.
Come, Super, come fast before I go
So
to
I'll put my hands up here.
Yeah.
And this is my problem, what I have with Barcelona fans, right?
Yes, go
They
ahead.
tend to act as if Barcelona or the Spanish league is the only major league in the world. You are pretending as if Inter Milan is not a team with experience and a team that is known from coming from behind and taking everything. So you're thinking next week or next 2 weeks that Barcelona is just going to walk in their game and walk over Inter Milan.
All right, the difference, I'll stop you right there. The difference is that Barcelona now, they have a German coach. It's not to say they have a Dutch coach, they don't have an English coach, they don't have an Italian coach, they don't even have a Spanish coach.
Right.
The 4-3-3 that they were playing before, that's not working out in terms of what they want to achieve. Right now, they have a whole new setup, a new team. We have Rafinha, we have
What's
Lamine
All right,
Yamal.
we'll come back and talk about it. I want to get in. Manchester United in the European
What's
semi-finals.
that? I can't wait
Congratulations, Chad. How it feels to have a team in the semi-finals? All the criticism. You all may lose matches in the English Premier League, but you reach.
What?
But they're losing in the English Premier League, but you're still managing to might play in the Champions League. How you feel? And how you deal with people around you who criticizing you and giving you pressure?
Manchester United are accustomed being in semi-finals, so I didn't feel anyhow at all.
So you're not surprised by the performance?
No, I'm not surprised.
You're not surprised by that game where you all were 4-2 down with 8 minutes to go and come back and win?
Yeah, that means.
I knew we were going to win the game before the game started.
No, but when the game was going on.
It was an emotional roller coaster, I'm not going to lie. You went through all the kaleidoscope of emotions during that game.
Definitely.
And I think any fan, even rival fans.
No, I enjoyed the game too. I would
Yeah,
like
even
to.
rival fans would have been happy 1 minute.
Because I am like Super. I back the English teams. At the end of the day, I back the English team. I must back the English
as
teams.
I told you a little while ago,
Yeah.
I expected Arsenal to reach the final. And just my boy here, the last time Inter and Barcelona played, well, it was a final. Jose Mourinho was the coach at the time. It was one of the best tactical football games I had ever seen in a final. And we all know how that ended up, so.
Well, we'll see. All right, so before we go, let me start with you first. Which team, when they lose, Chad, you'd be happy, you want to jump up and dance. Which team when they lose? And same question for all of you. Which one team?
It used to be City, but they've lost a lot this year.
Yeah.
And so you're going back to the old rivalry, Liverpool. You know, you're always
And they have now
against the
joined
one
you
who
all.
on
They've
top.
now joined you all with the same number of titles. So
Wait,
they have
now
work
let
to do.
them play Spurs first.
So go
now.
now,
Don't
well,
give
they have
them
4
it
games to
before
get
now.
1 point. Let's be serious. It's kind of impossible for that not to happen.
True,
It's
true,
really
true.
impossible. Super,
On the whole,
on the whole, one team you don't like on the whole, one team.
it's not the team, it's more like the fans.
But it could be the same thing.
Barcelona.
Barcelona?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all like them.
Yeah, I don't like the team is nice. It's just the fans. I just gotta take the fans.
All right, and no reference to any fans who are close.
yeah, yeah.
All
the
right,
fans.
quickly. Yeah.
Super, go sit over there now. You see that seat over there? Go take a seat over there.
Quick,
No,
who?
Bayern Munich.
Bayern Munich. All right. Bayern Munich. Yeah, coach just came from there. All right, we take a short break. We'll be back.
We have the best fans in the world. You can't miss the passion of Trinbagonians at a sporting event. At some point, we all become the 12th man or woman. Season 5 of The 12th Man is back and better than ever on TTT with your one and only Andre Errol Batiste. Tune in every Thursday on TTT for the most informative and action-packed show on local television. This is Asha De Freitas, a professional athletic trainer, and in case you did not know, we are your specialists in healthcare coverage for the active population.
Welcome back. Next up here on the 12th Man on TTT is the Questions of Football brought to you by Coca-Cola. All right, so let's go. Question number one, and there you have it. What would you give to your club captain this season? That's the question. What would you give to your club captain this season? A bull pistol, A, a bull pistol, B, a bush bat, C, a new team, D, a bigger salary, E, your photo, F, a new manager, or C, a last chance. So it's either a last chance, a new manager, a photo of yourself, a bigger salary, a new team, a bush bat, or bull pistol. We're going to start with Chad. Chad, your club captain is Fernandez.
Bruno Fernandes.
Bruno Fernandes. What would you give him?
A new team. We're
New
looking
team?
for, I mean, the finances of the club would not allow for the kind of overhaul that we need, but clearly Manchester United is in need of some serious overhaul.
A new team. I don't know what to ask because you have so much team. You're a man
You're
like
going
you.
with Chelsea
You're
with this
going with
one.
Chelsea with this one,
Yeah.
all right. So what will you? Who the Chelsea captain? It varies. It used to be it's so much different people. I don't even know. It used to be Fernandez, and one time it was another. It's so much different people. I don't even lose
The
count.
captain,
The captain
the
of Chelsea.
coach, the goalkeeper.
Yeah,
B, a bush bat.
a bush bat. All right, a bush bat. Who you doing it?
Nah,
Oh, okay. I want to know if you do any bush bat. Who you want to get any bush bat? Anybody you think about? Who you want?
Probably have to go up to Oko and look for somebody.
Toko?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, there are men here who live Toko.
Yeah.
There is a man who there have a man who broke his hand.
Yeah.
You ever hear a man break his hand playing
Play
small
football.
good football?
Nah,
All
that's
right.
aggressive player.
No, but he's from Toko.
Nah.
Yeah, I don't understand that, but anyway. All right. Which one for you?
Bigger
Let's say
salary.
Christian.
A bigger salary, yeah,
Who's
bigger
who's the captain?
Huh?
With
Mark
your-
Andre Ter Stegen, even though he tore his ACL.
But he's not playing right now.
He's not playing right now.
Okay.
Frankie de Jong.
Frankie de Jong.
Yeah, he's the second. in
A bigger
captain.
salary.
Yeah, bigger
All
salary.
they could
yeah.
afford it.
I mean, no. Right now he's being paid the most out of the whole team.
but all they
but
could afford it.
I rather he gets. Yeah, we could afford it soon.
All right. All right, let's go. Question number 2. Who would you send your favorite opponent? Who would you send your favorite opponent to visit regularly? Super, coming with you first. Eh? A politician, dentist, psychologist, your parents, a veterinarian, a fitness trainer, or your ex-girlfriend?
What?
What? Hold on. Let me go over this question again. Who will you send your favorite opponent to visit regularly?
Like the whole team?
Or the whole team to visit the ex-girlfriend? I don't think so. I can't believe that's what the question is saying. No.
Wait, is your team or your opponent?
Your opponent.
Opponent.
Yeah, your favorite opponent. So, but it could be the whole team.
That was it.
Wow, anyway. All right, anyway. Your ex-girlfriend, a fitness trainer, a veterinarian, your parents, a psychologist, a dentist, or a politician. Which one? Who is your favorite opponent? In other words, an opponent you don't like, you don't like at all.
You see, I don't know, I don't even know. Trinidad is such a funny place, but it's the truth, and it's my truth, so I'm not hiding it. So as a Chelsea man, I feared playing against Arsenal. Right? To me, that was our arch nemesis. Scared all the time. For some strange reason, I am backing Arsenal in the Champions League. I just like the team. Yeah? So I'm in a weird spaces. So this question will have to aim towards Arsenal, and I don't know why. This is a tough one.
Who you were sending to? Who you were sending? Your girlfriend? Your
I might have to send about my ex-girlfriend.
Your ex.
Let them fellas enjoy themselves. All the way Arsenal.
All right, Donna. He's here there.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. Let me hear Christian. Christian, you
Yeah.
can't say ex-girlfriend.
Nah.
Oh.
How'd
Because that caused a lot of trouble. So anyway, but go ahead, sir, go ahead.
All right, I'd rather go with fitness trainer because I want them Real Madrid players to get their stamina back up because they're real lacking.
So Real Madrid is sending.
Yeah.
All right, we hate Real Madrid. Chad?
Politician, I guess.
And
Maybe
who is in it?
it could confuse Liverpool a little bit.
Any politician, don't answer that question. Let's move on. Move on. Forget that. Question 3. For sure. Which is the best atmosphere to watch sports as the 12th man, right? Okay, which location I presume they're talking, right? Hazley Crawford Stadium, the Brian Lara Stadium, the Dwight York Stadium, the Trini Posse at the Oval, right? Your house or your home, or your favorite watering hole, the Atto Bolden Stadium or the Larry Gomes Stadium. For you, which would be of the list that's given?
Hazley Crawford.
Hazley Crawford. Why Hazley? Why Hazley Crawford?
Well, it's just convenient, and there are no traffic when you leave. Well, I can't say that.
Yeah,
they don't have that much traffic.
That much.
They don't
Compared to Atto Bolden.
Compared to Atto Bolden, correct.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Valid point. Super. Which one for you?
Not meets the big clock, boy. Hazley Crawford, big clock. That's the action.
All right, Hazy. Chad?
I would say favorite watering hole mainly because, it's a familiar atmosphere and you're with people, and even if you're with rival fans, the energy in a compact space is be a little different.
Well, as a Manchester United, you only have places always regularly go to watch football.
All the time.
You're sure to win too now, so you don't want to go out there.
You're
somewhere close to home, so you can pull in now. I understand.
Gotta be close to home.
That's spoken like a man who is accustomed to losing, eh? Super? You're accustomed? All right. No, but, because I have a little bit of time, let me ask this obvious question. We were speaking earlier about Inter Milan. Your thoughts about that Inter Milan versus Barcelona game? What are your thoughts on it?
I agree with Super totally. I can't count out our Italian team. We have seen in Champions League Italian teams dismantle Spanish teams. They were not high scoring affairs. But, if Inter score first, Barca in trouble. Just play it like that.
Well, I actually like about the Inter team too. Inter Milan or those Italian teams known for defense, right? But this Inter team shows that they could also attack, and they could attack with a lot of players.
Well, if they consider the least amount of goals in the Champions League so far, but Barcelona have scored the most goals in Champions League, so that's why that's going to be interesting.
But you know what they say? Goals win matches, but defense wins championships. So it's the classic rivalry between attack and defense. We'll see who come out on top.
I do think Barcelona had their top striker in front there.
Excuse.
Go ahead.
I would just like to tell
You go ahead.
that Barcelona has the most offside traps for this season. So I cannot imagine Lautaro Martinez scoring a hat-trick without all three of them being offside.
Men beating the offside traps though.
some of them could beat it, but
So you really think Inzaghi is home right now, not watching these offside traps? Eh? What is this game? What is game is that tomorrow,
no,
man?
I'm sure he watching it, but Hansi Flick at home trying to counteract how Inzaghi is
It should
feeling
be
about
quite
it.
interesting affair
But
because
I gotta wait for that, you know.
compared to the other game where you expect both teams to be attacking in the other game, Paris Saint-Germain and Arsenal, they are not going to be defending. They are both going to be playing attacking football.
Yeah.
That's what's going to make it interesting. At least from an Arsenal point of view, instead of a team parking the bus, that's Arsenal's greatest difficulty with teams that park the bus.
Yes.
And that's like line. When they play the same way they play, it sometimes is a lot easier.
And to be honest, where Arsenal is concerned, not having a established number 9 this season is to the benefit of the club because you don't know where the goal's going to come from.
You don't know.
Rice could come from the midfield and score.
Like, don't say the name Rice in front of Real Madrid. Because them men on a diet, seafood alone, only seafood. Them men eat no rice these days.
That is the benefit Arsenal have right now. You don't have nobody you
I
can
think
say
both-
mark him out.
I think both games should be really interesting because it's different styles. It should be really interesting.
Yeah.
We'll see whether the home advantage, Arsenal playing at home, Barcelona playing at home in their first game, it was an advantage the last round. Whether it'll be an advantage this round, we will see. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back. This is the 12th man here on TTT.
Football can make you happy, also make you sad, but all football fans find a common ground in support of their club teams. In Trinidad and Tobago, the fans jump up with the 12th man on TTT television with Andre Baptiste and feel their spirits lift and their hearts filled with joy. Be part of the new season 5, 12th man journey on TTT. This is Bruce Grobler, wishing all Trini fans the very, very best. You'll never walk alone.
Welcome back. This is the 12th man here on TDT. Next up, we go to the Fantasy Premier League. Do you play, Christian?
No.
Why?
It's time.
Time. Super?
Same thing with me. I was watching Premier League.
Right. But you don't know. You never played at all in your life?
Nah. Time.
Chad, how are you doing?
2,092 points.
That's real good. Who is the player that bought the most points for you? Bruno Fernandes?
No.
Oh God! Oh, you're trying to get him on a little thing now, man. Oh God!
Strangely enough, the Manchester United player I've had on my team most of the season now
Harry Maguire.
was Andre Onana. Not that he was bringing the most points,
The
but
goalkeeper?
he was the Manchester United player that I had on my team from the beginning, and I only sold him like about 2 weeks ago.
Oh, all right. Which player bought the most points?
Well, it's been a mixed bag. Salah was doing well.
Are you going to
I sold him recently. I really have no loyalty, It's a matter is to you play to win.
Yeah.
So when it comes
You
to
know, of course.
fantasy football,
You know, there are men who don't play Fantasy Premier League, Christian and Super, because they don't want to pick nobody from another team. They're
Yeah,
so
we don't have time
loyal.
with
They've
that.
come here
No,
and
you
told
play-
us that. They tell Marvin and they tell
Play to
Henry, they
win.
tell all of us and Wayne that they're not picking nobody from no other team. They're so dedicated.
some years ago, there was a fantasy guy, one of the guys who won Fantasy Premier League.
Yes.
He was an Everton supporter.
Right.
And that was when Salah was one of the number
Right,
one players. Whole season, and he win the Premier League without picking Salah. He refused to pick a Liverpool player because he was an Everton fan, and he
Right.
still win, eh?
I still win.
So it is possible.
It is possible.
But you cannot pick 2-3 teams.
because
maybe
between
one
Salah,
team.
I think Salah and Haaland would have been the two picks of most people who were
At the
picking.
beginning, yeah.
Because every goal scored, people go for men scoring, everybody get most points when a man score a goal. All right, let's have a look at the Fantasy Premier League table and let's see who's leading. Let's have a look. There you're seeing the points, and you're seeing, of course, the different set of points in terms of the performances of the players. Let's have a look at the next sheet. Getting a little idea of some of the ideas of that would be the last rungs. But in terms of the lead, we have people with over 2,200 points, well clear, and doing extremely good. Let's look at the team of the week now. The team of the week. Look at the team of the week. There you see the different players from the various teams. A youngster called O'Reilly is doing really good for Manchester City. He's come on the scene and he's started to do reasonably well. Watkins for Aston Villa. So there's the list. Let's see who is in and who is out, who they would have got rid of. A lot of people have brought in Cunha. The talk today is that Manchester United is about to finalize a contract. Chad? With Matthias Cunha, I'm sure you're reading that. It's all over the news that they're in the final stages for him to join Manchester United next season.
Yeah, he and the Ipswich striker.
Liam Delap. Liam Delap. There's the other player. Let's see who's out. Who's out this week. All right, yeah. A lot of people, they're surprised. Yeah, I guess because of Saka not playing all the games for Arsenal, he's only playing 40 minutes and 45 minutes, not starting like he didn't start recently as well. But they had to reserve him a little bit and he come back.
Marmoush is very impressive for City, so I'm kind of surprised.
Yeah. Some people went that way. All right. We're going to move straight to the next segment.
You think you coulda get in on my feelings? You coulda get me fi settle down. Me give ya hit and run. Me give ya hit.
All right, let me explain this segment because of Super, a man who can choose one. Right? This is not about relationships, about girlfriends. This is about football. Who on your football team? And because he has so many football teams, he will have to decide which one he wants to get rid of. Football teams I'm referring to, obviously, right? Football teams. Yeah. I don't want to put no more trouble than you're already in. And so, same question is going to be. I'm going to start with you first. Which player from Barcelona, in your opinion, Christian, that if you had a choice, you would say, I get rid of it. I want to go. Let's leave. Run. Let's go. With any player or even a coach, if it was a coach too as well. But I know it's not the coach. I'm just saying.
Yeah, definitely not the coach.
Yeah.
There's a hard one, boy. If I had to choose, I would say Ansu Fati. Only because he didn't really get much playtime under Hansi Flick. Also, he has a lot of potential. He has a lot of strategy. And personally speaking, I just think he just needs to start more. Because I know for a good
can he get inside?
Well, a good couple games he was on the bench. Sometimes they didn't even have him as the startup line. And personally, I think he will do better outside of Barcelona.
All right, Ansu Fati. All right, he's still at the number 10 jersey. So let's see what happens. Super, anybody from any team that you know, whether it be Chelsea, Arsenal, Tottenham, Liverpool, whoever called, Crystal Palace, whoever called.
I think everyone is going to agree with me with this one. Manchester United, Harry Maguire.
The man scored the winning goal for them.
That's one goal in 18 years since 1962.
That man had make all of Manchester United ball down the place.
Well, let me ask you, man.
All right,
you agree or disagree?
You want to get rid of Harry?
They have so many players above Harry right now. If you had asked me that at the beginning of the season, yeah. But right now, we have a goalkeeper that's pooping on himself sometimes. But right now, more than anybody else would be the striker, Holland.
You're done with him?
Rasmus, no razzle dazzle with him right now at all.
He named that close to Haaland, but that's all. He think he because he named close to Haaland. But he doesn't name close.
I've seen the meme.
What is it?
You know, that is Haaland from Timu. Not Amazon. I did Timu version.
Oh God! They do demand that?
No, I tell you, and it had to disagree. The guy just
Harry Maguire. What you can say about Harry Maguire? Because he fights for all so much.
Harry has had 3 goals this season, critical goals, all in critical games. He's just low down the pecking order. The one thing I like about Harry, 2 things. I always say the best ability is availability. And he and Bruno Fernandes hardly ever injured. And there was a time where no United supporter said anything good about him. He never criticized the club. He was always made himself available. He always put 100 on the pitch. And for that reason, is he best? Is he if everybody's fit, is he starting at the club? No, in my opinion. But he's not somebody I want to kick out the door because he has shown he could step up in big games and he available.
Man, you find they were holding on.
As you mentioned, that's about, that depicts a lot of loyalty. And honestly, you see, I had to make reference to Rafinha because Rafinha is the number 11 and, the Brazilian. Personally, he had a lot of backlash when he now started for Barca. And he just, same thing with Ferran Torres, ignored the noise. He kept pushing. He knew what he wanted. He kept his eyes on the prize. And that mentality alone could say a lot about a player.
Because
and that's for anybody else who, good in their craft.
I agree with that.
He had that I don't know what it is by that strong mentality, that hard head, where he knew, hey, what? I want to be the best striker for this team. I'm going to push myself. And right now, he's actually one of the best left wingers in the Spanish
Because
league.
I remember at the start of the season, they were talking about getting rid of him and buying somebody to replace him because he didn't have a good season the year before.
Correct.
So you're happy with him now?
Yeah, for sure.
Players that put their head down and just do the work. You know, they stay focused on the work. They don't get caught up. You don't hear them out clubbing and they just down.
Where you going to clubbing for? You're going to Rashford for? Where you going there? Where you going to Rashford
That's
for?
exactly
Where
what
you
I'm
going there?
going to
Where you
do.
going there? You man playing good football with Aston Villa. And now you're
Something about that Aston Villa club in there.
I want Aston Villa to buy him. That's what I want.
Aston Villa club.
Pay the money and buy him.
All right, they might.
I see Chelsea looking to give us money to not to buy a player. I never see that before.
Chelsea, different way. All right, take a short break. We'll be back.
Football is back, and with it, sporting fans, so is the 12th man. It's new, it's different, it's interactive, and most of all, it's fun. This is Mikey Holding, giving a big shout out to the one and only Andre Errol Baptiste, the original 12th man, back again for a record-breaking 5th season on TTT. Join and share in the smiles and more on the 12th man.
Your business is a powerhouse, and at Unipet, we recognize the importance of efficiency in every operation. From logistics to marine operations, our commercial fuel solutions are expertly tailored to ensure your operations run smoothly and efficiently. With Unipet, it's more than just fuel. It's about providing seamless delivery, unmatched reliability, and the dedicated support necessary to propel your business forward. Join the myriad of industries across the nation that trust Unipet for superior efficiency, sustainability, and performance. Contact us today at 338-4UNI, sales at unipet.co.tt, or visit our website at unipet.co.tt to explore our solutions. Unipet Commercial Fuel, powering your potential.
This segment is brought to you by Unipet.
Sir.
Welcome back. Next up is the very popular Wesa segment brought to you by Unipet. Remember, Unipet, you can go and get all of your gas, all of the gas you need. Get yourself ready, go out, so you can go to your favorite watering hole, or you can go to the stadium, or you can go by a friend and enjoy the football first, of course, and then enjoy yourself thereafter, watching whatever you want to do. But all right, that's what we're talking about. Go to Unipet, say Wesa, and it's all yours. You get the best treatment. All right, let's have a look at some of the players who would have had Wesa moments. And there they are. It's a long list today. Trossard, Trent Alexander-Arnold. They were vilifying that man. In fact, we had guests here who were saying that they were glad for him to go. And he scores that vital 1-0 winner against Leicester. He take off his jersey, get a card, he didn't care. All right, youngster called O'Reilly, who has the old-time Afro hairstyle, as you seen it there. They don't have that style so much, but he's pushing it back. Then Unai Emery for Aston Villa, the club, they say, and he is of Aston Villa. Rafinha was mentioned, continues to score goals and defy the odds. And then you're watching Valderi for Real Madrid. He would have helped them when they needed to win. Inter Milan, that upset win that Inter Milan lost, or Saloni from Bologna was the scorer. Scott McTominay, he continues to score real goals since he left Manchester United. He was scoring goals for Manchester United before he left, and he's continued that road. And then for Chelsea, Pedro Neto, they were 1-0 down, and they stormed back with 2 goals to win against Fulham. All right, so let's go now. We're going to give you some moments, and these are going to be moments that going to be things that happen in the future. Going to start obviously with Christian first. Christian, Barcelona go on and do exactly what you say. Get 4 titles. Because you have one already. So you win the Copa, you win the Champions League, and you win La Liga. I think Marvin told me you all have done it at least on one occasion before. Right? So you all go on and do this again, and you all win all 4 titles. Let's say you always son, who would you call?
Well, as one of the players shown right there, my way someone would be Rafinha. But at the same time too, I've been talking about Barcelona. Let me go aside from the Spanish league, but I had to say this player, he wasn't mentioned there, but you see Declan Rice against Real Madrid, you see those two free kicks he took, one on the right and the other one on the left. That shocked me. And that had to be like my personal Wesa moment.
Wesa, okay, sure. All right, but I want to hear you say Wesa and tell us who you would call if you win those 4 titles.
Good. Wesa. Lamine Yamal.
Who you calling?
Lamine Yamal.
No, you go call him on the phone?
No.
You ain't say? I'm gonna say you real good. But you real good. Hello, Lamine. It's me. Lamine. Hello, Lamine. It's Christian. Christian, hello, Lamine. I told him I'm gonna say you real big now. I done the show one time, you know. You calling me straight?
Mr. Batista will call you. Like, why Wesa?
Why you so wicked? All right.
My Wesa moment will definitely be, I agree with him. Well, 2. I could have 2?
Of course you can. Because you like more than 1.
Yeah.
So we have to give you 2. We realized you are not a man for 1. We realized you are a man for 2 and more. 2 plus. Go ahead, sir.
2, but same team.
Don't matter.
Declan Rice, yeah, same thing, I agree. The 2 free kicks. Also Saka. He made the Real Madrid team look like under 17 by the defense.
Both free kicks came from him being fouled on both free kicks.
Yeah.
All right, so if Chelsea...
Arsenal.
All right, so
Arsenal going straight to the finals winning.
All right, if Arsenal go on and win the Champions League...
Wesa, Alvin Jones, I know he's an Arsenal fan.
He is.
Call him up one time and say we make it ready.
Yes, definitely, Alvin, for sure. All right, let's go to the Manchester United man. You go on and play in the final against Tottenham Hotspur and you win. Who you would call and how you would feel?
Well, firstly, we played Tottenham 3 times for the season already. We lose all the games.
Sure.
Yes.
Wow.
Do all the double in the league, and I think they beat us in the FA Cup. So one of them other competition.
Yeah.
So
not the FA Cup, maybe the League Cup, maybe the League.
So to beat them in the final of Europa League, to keep their cupboard empty, it'll be a very good Wesa moment.
Who you calling?
Who I would call? Well, you know, my father is a City fan. I would call him.
Is your father okay?
Yes, I'll call him and say, well, boy, you know.
I want to make sure your father okay right now.
All he may be up there in the league, but at least we win some silverware. You understand?
But you check on him regularly, your father?
All the time.
All right, let's make it sure. Check on him.
Because he's a City fan?
A Man City fan.
So what team he was backing before?
No, he used to like teams like Spurs and things. Spurs and City was his team.
Okay.
He never liked Liverpool.
Right.
Even though from that era when Liverpool he never liked Liverpool, he never liked United.
And how you turn out to, if your father is Man City and how you turn out to be Man City? When he was small, he just knew with Manchester.
I just like good things.
Yo.
The best. And Manchester United is still the best.
The best what? The best city to visit.
The
best city to visit in England.
It is still the best.
The best stadium to go and watch.
Wow. It is still the best.
This thing is crazy. This is crazy.
The North remembers.
I mean, as a Trini,
yes,
everybody will have a special place in their heart for Manchester.
Of course, because of Dwight.
Yeah. Well, I think you're older. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let me be real.
Still the best.
All right, let's go to the doghouse and see who is in the doghouse. All right, who you want to put anybody in the doghouse right now?
I can't say.
No, yeah, nobody. All right, no, nothing wrong with that. Okay, you going through a good patch. Everything going good.
Andrea, and that is what I gotta take with football fans in TNT. Or you don't be real with all yourself.
Who you want to put in the doghouse? Mbappe, right.
Why we don't want to buy Mbappe in the doghouse?
But he's
Barcelona. But we talking football.
Right.
Why we don't want to buy Mbappe in the doghouse?
Because the man takes so much money and now he making Real Madrid look bad.
The man leave PSG. What was going on with PSG then? Looking for a title. No title. Go on Real Madrid. Look what's going on now. And look at PSG now.
Okay, but I mean, look at Marco Reus. He spent however many years with Dortmund. And right now he can't, well, I guess almost retired, whatever. But he still can't win the Champions League now. So it kind of come like he played for so many years and he get nothing. Yeah.
Chad, as we go to the break.
Chelsea.
What?
No, well, to me, Chelsea.
The man get vexed here.
Chelsea had not just the league in their sights, but top 4 locked.
They were.
For most of the season.
Yes, yeah.
Most of the season.
At least up to December.
And then all of a sudden, the coach said we're not in a title race. And apparently everybody believed them. The players took it serious. And that was the end of that. Chelsea just started slip.
So I think coach.
Well, if you want to say the coach.
I don't think
but I mean, I'm very disappointed. I like Cole Palmer a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm very disappointed. The man killed my fantasy team for some reason.
All right. Ruud van Nistelrooy is the person in the doghouse with Leicester City. He just can't win nothing. Yeah, man. And what team you used to play for? Ruud van Nistelrooy?
Real Madrid.
We take a break. We'll be back. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh.
Hey football fans, this is Shaka Hislop. Football fever returns to Trinidad and Tobago, and for many, this is the best time of their life. In Trinidad and Tobago, nothing beats a good old talk. The banter, the heckling, the teasing. And in season 5 of the 12th Man, Andre Batiste is committed to delivering your voice and your team. 12th Man is on and better than ever. And only say a prayer for Andre, please. Let's pray together that this is Arsenal's year. Lord knows we've been laughing at him long enough.
Your business is a powerhouse, and at Unipet, we recognize the importance of efficiency in every operation. From logistics to marine operations, our commercial fuel solutions are expertly tailored to ensure your operations run smoothly and efficiently. With Unipet, it's more than just fuel. It's about providing seamless delivery, unmatched reliability, and the dedicated support necessary to propel your business forward. Join the myriad of industries across the nation that trust Unipet for superior efficiency, sustainability, and performance. Contact us today at 338-4UNI, sales at unipet.co.tt, or visit our website at unipet.co.tt to explore our solutions. Unipet Commercial Fuel, powering your potential.
Welcome back, welcome back. This is the 12th Man here on TTT. We're going to roll back the years. I'm going to ask you two gentlemen here, in the last 15 years, what has been your best moment? Start with Super, what has been your best moment as a supporter of Chelsea in the last 15 years?
So my boy, you will definitely remember this. This was our finals. Wait, boys, 2 finals? That was 2 finals, right? Chelsea, Barcelona. The one with Drogba, the one with Torres.
Greatest.
No, well, can I add one more?
Which one?
Football game on the whole, it's not a Champions League game. Trinidad and Tobago and Mexico.
All right, okay. 4-all?
4-all.
Yes.
Yeah.
We all know that one. That stands out. Best moment as a fan of Barcelona?
As a fan, when we had played Juventus 2015 final and he won the treble. That was with Messi, Suarez, Neymar.
Good days.
Good days.
Good days, good days. Chad?
Well, I have to say the last game we played in Europe.
Don't do that, boy. Leon, boy.
15 years. And you know, that emotional roller coaster, there were a lot of people that didn't believe. I was one that believed, but there were a lot that, and that game was just, it just took you through.
It's a good game. You might be one of the few Manchester United fans that might say that was one of the best games they remember, but I mean, it's your choice.
In the last
15 years, think so bad.
That was a good game.
When Alex left, 2012,
was
2013.
Just before that.
Alex left when? 2015 or something? 2012. So 15 years would be up to 2010 anyway. All right, nevertheless. All right, so that gives us a little time. Let me start with you first. How you see the PSG? Let me start with you. How you see the PSG? Because you're going to be playing, you being Barcelona, that is. If you defeat Inter Milan, you'll play the winner of PSG versus Arsenal. Your thoughts?
Personally, I want to see Arsenal beat PSG.
Why?
Why? Because, Dembele playing for PSG, Dembele played for Barca, Dembele is a snake. I had to say that first and foremost. I had to say that.
Right,
the man choosing money over the club.
All right.
But yeah, now PSG had players like like Messi, Neymar, Mbappe, and they had Pochettino who was coaching them for I think was about a year or 2 years around there, and they couldn't even win much titles. They couldn't even go to the Champions League, and that was the favourites to win Champions League. I think this.
They went to one Champions League final and they lost.
Yeah.
Against, I think it's Bayern, so beat them.
Bayern, yeah. And ever
That
since
was
then,
during COVID, yeah.
right? And ever since then, PSG never really catch back themselves. But luckily, they're in the semis now, so we'll see how that plays off.
So who you would like to play? If you're Barcelona, who you think Barcelona would like to play? Is that a choice?
Arsenal. Yeah, I want to see Arsenal.
Because it'll be a much more attacking game.
Correct, yeah.
All right. Super?
I believe Arsenal PSG played earlier in the season, right?
Yes, they did.
Yeah?
They met.
Yeah.
They met in the Emirates.
Right.
And Arsenal defeated them by 2-0, but a different team at the time.
A different team, of course. Similar thoughts to my brethren here. I really like how Arsenal. Well, Arsenal is my favourites in the game. Right. But PSG, I must get hats off to PSG. Since that loss, they've been improving. You've seen Dembele, of course, he's in form as well. I think he's up for the Ballon d'Or too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think if they win it, he will have a chance, obviously. Yeah.
No Dembele fan, I'm sorry.
Nah, Dembele, nice one.
Right.
Dembele is a good right winger, but you see when he played for the wrong team, boy, nah. In my books, nah.
The wrong team is not your team.
Exactly.
Right, we understand.
I mean, I like where PSG is right now. Right. But just going up against Arsenal, I am leaning more towards Arsenal. Obviously, the English team coming up. I'm a big Saka fan. So, obviously, Arsenal is my favourite here. But, again, football is a game you have to watch on the day. Don't give me the paper, don't ask me nothing. Before, let me just sit down and watch the game. My final, though, would definitely be Arsenal Inter.
Inter?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
All right, interesting.
I really don't think Arsenal could beat Inter, you know.
All right.
Well, we go find out next week now.
Yeah, we definitely would.
All right. Chad?
Well, I'm backing Arsenal to win, mainly because I would like every one of the competitions. Champions League, Europa, if we could have Manchester United, Spurs, we want Chelsea to reach.
Well, Chelsea will win the Conference League.
Right. Every competition, I would like to see an English club involved in. So, backing Arsenal to beat PSG for that reason more than anything else.
Well, but how do you expect the game to play out? PSG, given how PSG play.
You see, it's hard to say PSG in form because they have been dominant in the French league since that oil money come in for so long. You can't really look at the league performance and say they're in form.
No.
So the informed team for me, I would say it'd be Arsenal, and I expect Arsenal to do that.
Well, Christian.
Yeah, well, let me not forget to mention the coach that coaching PSG right now is Luis Enrique, and he was the coach of Barcelona when Barcelona won the treble in 2015, and also he was also the I think he was the person who was coaching Spain.
Yes.
I think when they started, when Pedri and Gavi and all the young players started.
At the last World Cup,
yeah, so I think it would be a very interesting game, and it'll be...
Yeah, that PSG game.
Yeah.
I mean, that being said, in the Champions League, you could see PSG playing better than they have played in recent times. They normally reach and they kind of falter. So they are playing better, but that's based on form.
You know what makes it
watching the
nice?
two teams.
You're seeing France, Spain, England, and Italy. Each of them have one team. Whether I'm not saying they're the best team, but they each have one team. So that makes the interest even wider. It means at least, so there will be fans from somewhere about. I know you wanted to mention Harry Kane. You wanted to say something good on Harry Kane?
No, well, you know, it is good to see. It doesn't matter how great a player is.
Yeah.
Harry Kane's personal wardrobe would have a lot of personal accolades in it. But it's nice to see a player like Harry Kane finally going to win some silverware with a team. Because it's not cool to see a great player go through a career and not get anything.
Charles Barkley.
Yeah, we all remember the likes of Charles Barkley, the Ewings,
You could talk forever.
the basketball,
You
you
talk
know.
forever.
You don't like those. Yeah, you would like to see, so, you know, I don't know what might happen after, but finally he could just away that.
He'll have something. All right, let's have a quick look at the matches this week. The matches, there are not many matches because, well, not necessarily not many, not all matches, because some matches were played during the week because of the FA Cup semi-finals, obviously. But the big game would certainly be Liverpool against Tottenham. Liverpool only need a draw. Should they draw that game, they are the champions. and I can expect they will be coming out to give Tottenham a good whipping. They're at home, so that I can just imagine how bad it might be for Tottenham in that game. So as we go, quickly, give me a score. Let me start with you last. The Copa Finals, Real Madrid versus Barcelona. Chad, what's your score?
3-2.
3-2?
3-2 Real Madrid.
Real Madrid. All right. Yeah, okay. That'll be the first time they would have defeated Barcelona this season. So if I'm not wrong, I think I am right. In the first time this season. How do you see it so far?
Barcelona is going to run all over Real Madrid. 3-0.
3-0? Christian, I'm sure now you like him, right? No, you like Super.
Well.
You don't want to move anymore.
Okay, that's something me and Super could agree with. Yes, the 3-0. But I'll give Real Madrid. I have respect for Real Madrid in terms of how many Champions League trophies they won and everything. So I'll give them like a 3-1.
They score one goal.
Yeah. They score.
Jude Bellingham.
I think like the momentum break. I think like everybody head down right now.
Yeah.
And I think Barcelona have them in a real sweet spot. Yeah, and they will punish them.
All right.
Going to punish them.
A man with. Anyway, let's go. I'm going to sit on the head. Let me leave on that note. A man with plenty choices says sweet spot. Good night.
Twelfth Man brought to you by Coca-Cola.